Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going on a totally over-the-shoulder, hands-on mission. Our target? Mastering BGP. Look, this isn't just any protocol. It's literally the glue that holds the entire internet together. If you've ever wondered how traffic seamlessly zips between continents, ISPs, and those massive enterprise networks, well, you're exactly in the right place. We're going to tackle this from the perspective of an actual engineer out in the field, staring right down at the command line. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap to BGP mastery. First, we'll look at the Internet's routing protocol, then core BGP concepts, followed by a real-world scenario focusing on ISP peering. After that, we'll do a step-by-step eBGP configuration, and finally, verifying your network state.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the Internet's routing protocol. As you can see, we're pulling our core concepts straight out of Chapter 13, BGP Fundamentals. We're totally bypassing all that dry academic textbook fluff and jumping right into the deep end. We're talking peering, prefix advertisement, and policy construction. So what exactly is BGP? It stands for Border Gateway Protocol. Basically, it's the protocol used for internet routing and multi-homing between different autonomous systems. Think of an autonomous system, or AS, as this massive, independent network kingdom. BGP is essentially the universal, and honestly, sometimes pretty unforgiving diplomatic language that lets these kingdoms exchange routes and provide crucial redundancy.
Moving right along to Section 2, core BGP concepts.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the vital contrast between BGP and those internal routing protocols you're probably already used to, like OSPF or eIGRP. Those internal protocols, they're entirely metric-based. They just want the absolute fastest path from point A to point B. But BGP is a completely different beast. It is policy-based. It doesn't necessarily care about raw speed. Instead, it cares about business rules. It's like routing traffic through a specific ISP just because, hey, you have a cheaper contract with them. It's all about corporate control, not just velocity. Let's go ahead and translate this into our command line vocabulary. When you type router BGP, followed by your AS number, boom, you're sparking the BGP process. Typing neighbor with a remote AS points directly across the wire to say, hey, you are my peer. And finally, network is basically your megaphone. It's how you announce your specific prefix to the rest of the world.
Which brings us to Section 3, a real-world scenario focusing on ISP peering.
As you prepare to configure that edge router, keep this core tenet locked in your mind. BGP is policy-based, not metric-based. It's used for internet routing and multi-homing. You're leaving the safe, fast interior of your own network now. By connecting out to an ISP, you are literally stepping onto the global stage. Your keystrokes are dictating company policy. So imagine you're sitting at the terminal right now, staring at a blank prompt. It begs the ultimate question, doesn't it? How exactly do you connect your autonomous system to an entirely different ISP's autonomous system? How do we actually translate that business policy into real keystrokes?
Let's find out in Section 4, step-by-step eBGP configuration.
All right, you are at the global configuration prompt. Step 1. Typing router BGP followed by your AS number drops you straight into the routing process. Step 2, you define your ISP neighbor with their IP and their remote AS. And here's a brilliant piece of logic straight from Chapter 13. Because the remote AS you just typed is different from your own, the router instantly knows, this is an external BGP connection. Literally 2 lines of code, and you've reached across the internet. So the crucial point here is telling the ISP what networks you own using the network command. But watch out, because here is the ultimate BGP trap that has burned countless engineers. Listen closely. The prefix you were trying to advertise must already exist exactly in your routing table. If it's not active locally, BGP is just going to silently ignore you. It will advertise absolutely nothing to the internet. So always verify your local routing before broadcasting globally. That leads us to our final part, Section 5, verifying your network state. You know, a junior engineer types commands and just kind of hopes they work. But a senior engineer, they turn to the golden sequence. This isn't just for BGP guys. This is a mandatory professional checklist. These are literally the first commands every engineer runs when accessing a device to ensure total network health. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what you need to do. First, hit Show Version to check device uptime, just to make sure it didn't recently crash. Second, fire off Show IP Interface Brief. This lets you rapidly scan all your interfaces and spot any physical layer issues right where your ISP connection lives. Third, show IP route. You inspect that table to confirm your paths are actually active and that you're genuinely learning prefixes from your new BGP peer. It's an absolutely flawless diagnostic sequence.
So, look at what you've done. You've entered the BGP process, successfully peered with an external ISP, safely advertised your networks, and verified the device state. Amazing! Now that you have the foundational tools to route the internet and verify your network, what policies will you build next?